In Oregon, a 15-year-old can walk into a gender clinic. Yes, there are now gender clinics all over the country, and walk out the same day with a prescription for testosterone without her parents' permission.
Stop. I don't like this anymore.
What's up, guys? Derek, moreplace.com. Today we're going to be talking about testosterone prescriptions and the kind of fuckery that goes on in the world right now. Apparently, according to it's not like I wasn't aware of this, but this TikTok that I got tagged in was a pretty funny example of just how ridiculous this shit has gotten. So this was posted by Max Forbes 02, and he says that at W3NAAS has to come in clutch, and presumably this is the girl that he has in the video here, and you'll see why she's in the video in a sec.
In Oregon, a 15-year-old can walk into a gender clinic. Yes, there are now gender clinics all over the country, and walk out the same day with a prescription for testosterone without her parents' permission.
So, like, as baffling as that sounds, how many chicks, like, something that often goes overlooked is the fact that women have been, well, literally young girls have been prescribed essentially anabolic steroids since, you know, like early teenagehood. You know, when they go on birth control, what are they going on? They're going on a nandrolone analog more often than not in order to essentially castrate themselves. Now, is that so dissimilar to a guy getting on exogenous AAS? Is it not the same fucking drug essentially? Maybe just at a differing dose, yes. But I mean, the idea that for some reason it's normal to put chicks on random drugs at ages that, you know, they don't know, like, it's not like any of them even understand what the fuck they're even using when they get it. It's just, you know, here's a pill of fucking a 19 nortestosterone analog, go ingest it for the next 20 years and castrate yourself until you want to have a child. Like, there should be more information around that, first of all. But then in addition to that, now you have this with, you know, 14, 15-year-old chicks being able to walk into a gender clinic, get prescribed fucking tests to actually transition. Like, take a amount that is blatantly super physiologic for their, you know, personal genetic makeup and literally transform into a male, essentially. But yet it is still, it's totally frowned upon and taboo for a guy to get on TRT, or even to just, like, a guy who shows up with a 300 nanogram per deciliter total will get told to fuck off by the majority of doctors, even if he's like, has the most blatantly obvious symptoms of low T ever. He feels like absolute dog shit, gets terrible sleep, isn't recovering, has ridiculous mood swings, he's an emotional mess, all this kind of shit. And he'll get sent home by the majority of doctors because he does not fall outside of the, you know, clinical reference range that would otherwise indicate he's legitimately hypogonadal. And as if that weren't, you know, a double standard enough and ridiculous, you can do it without your parents' permission at age 15. Like, how fucked is that?
Stop. I don't like this anymore.
So, I thought this was pretty fucking funny. He, like, has his girl sitting here and he's like, she knows what she gotta do. And it's like, the only way he's gonna get legitimate pharma tests by, and it's probably not inaccurate. He could probably have his girl walk in and be like, I want to transition and get prescribed pharma grade test, and then end up getting it. Whereas him, if he walked in and was like, actually hypogonadal, you know, literally showing, let's just say, hypothetically, he, was walking around with a 320 nanogram per deciliter total T, felt like dog shit. I'm not saying, by the way, that you undoubtedly, if you have that number, that it means you need test. You definitely need to look at other factors in your life. You know, you could just be dieting yourself into the ground. Sleep is fucking shitty. You have sleep apnea, like whatever it is. So don't take that as me saying that, but in the situation, in the context where this guy actually had a legitimate clinical need for it, let's just say he goes in with 320 and he's a male, they would tell him to fuck off, you know? But if his girlfriend walked in and said, you know, this is the reason I want it, wouldn't get frowned on as much. And it's unfortunate that is the case, but it is the reality of the system in a lot of places right now. And I definitely think there needs to be more education around male endocrinology and hormonal systems and whatnot, because for whatever reason, it's fine to fucking give, like, even haphazardly giving chicks shit without educating them. Like, at least if a dude figures out he has low T and like wants to go in and rectify it, at least he has like something in his mind about how this works, how it's bad for his health to be in the current situation he's in. Whereas a chick goes in, a doctor will literally like recommend, you know, like, get on this fucking pill that castrates you. It's not even bioidentical. It is literally an analog, a synthetic analog of 19-testosterone. Go take it for the next 10 years, ask no questions, and if you ask a question, you can also fuck off. Like, that is the mindset that a lot of people are taking, unfortunately, in medicine to, you know, prescribing patients. And that, you know, obviously there are very, very good and exceptional, you know, family practices and whatnot that don't do this. I'm just saying, like, there's a very, and it's not their job, I guess, to educate you on the pharmacology aspect, but I mean, a 15-year-old chick walks into a gender clinic, asks for test without her parents, and the fucking people just give it to her. Whereas a dude could have a legitimate need for it, have his life, quality of life absolutely destroyed, just the same maybe as that chick who, you know, she can't function on a day-to-day basis because she doesn't, you know, she identifies as the opposite sex and, you know, hates her life or whatever the reason is that she wants to transition. Whereas a dude, he might just want to fucking feel okay and be able to have his dick work and be able to function like a human, but then he gets rejected and the chick doesn't. Like, there definitely needs to be education for both sides here, and it not just be so, you know, like, so clearly biased in one direction, you know? Like, I would speculate that if a guy walked in and he wanted to transition to be a female too, he would probably have less issues getting prescribed estrogen and anti-androgens than he would getting actual TRT to fix, you know, his male deficiencies. If he were, you know, trying to actually optimize his health as a male, I can almost guarantee he would have a less problematic time trying to fix just his basic biology than he would actually trying to fucking switch to a different gender, which is, you know, kind of fucked up if you think about it. Like, if, regardless if you're a male or female, if you're trying to optimize your health and your quality of life, you should be able to get the same access to medications, in my opinion, that somebody who is transitioning from one to the other is. Like, why would somebody get more access to medical oversight who's trying to switch genders than somebody who's trying to stay the same gender but optimize their health? Like, makes no fucking sense to me. And it's weird how this is like still going on, but like, fortunately, you know, it's becoming a little bit more more educational resources have come out over the years to kind of allow people to, you know, learn about this stuff, learn about endocrinology and whatnot, and get access to more open-minded doctors and medical oversight and whatnot. But still, it can be like, you know, a needle in a haystack in a lot of countries. Like, the States, fortunately, again, is very forward thinking in a lot of the different hormone replacement therapy practices and whatnot. And obviously some are, you know, far superior than others in terms of even their approach to stuff. But in, you know, countries like Canada, places in Europe, a lot of these places, it's like, good fucking luck, dude. Like, you're going to end up in a position like getting sent home unless you're trying to transition, essentially. Like, that's the kind of shit you'd be dealing with in places like Canada. It's fucking mental, dude. So, I don't know, hopefully more education, you know, comes out over the years and it becomes more of a, I don't know, less taboo for a guy to want to function at a high quality of life, rather than, like, I just don't get why you would get special treatment as a guy who's trying to transition. Like, here's all the drugs you want if you're trying to transition to a different gender. But if you want to stay the same gender and just the same hormones that are offered both ways, you want to use those same hormones to optimize your hormonal status and actually have a high level of vitality, like, no, then you're bad. You're trying to get free steroids. Like, fuck off. Like, it's fucking baffling, dude. So anyways, I thought that was a humorous TikTok by Max Forbes and fucking clever. And hopefully it is not like this in the future, man, because I don't, like, that really rubs me the wrong way, seeing that he even has to make that joke. Like, it's fucking dumb. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that one. I'm sure a lot of you guys share these same opinions as I do on this subject, and it's wild that this is still going on. Like, subscribe, check out my blog, moreplatesmoredates.com. Follow me on Instagram at moreplatesmoredates. Facebook, Snapchat, BitChute, Twitter, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. If you want to support the channel, you can check out anything I'm associated with in the video description below. My TRT clinic, it's all telemedicine from the comfort of your own home. I vet our doctors and patient care coordinators myself, who reflect the same quality of information I try to put forth on this channel. And you're in good hands with them. And we have my recommended lab tests and diagnostics also in the video description below. as well as anything else I am associated with. It is all down there. So thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.